Hey everybody, I'm going to be doing 3 fluid art paintings that are really a love letter to Leslie Onstadt of ColourArte. And these paintings are on 10 by 10, so there'll be 3 of them, and they are fluid art fusion pieces of fluid art straight pours, and I'm going to do some figurative brushwork and with some symbolic kinds of aquatic creatures. And there's reason for that, and we'll talk about that as we go along. But one of them will be a koi fish, and another will be a sandpiper, and the third one will be a sea turtle. And all of these have symbolism, but I'm also showing you that when you do straight pours like these straight pours have been done, if you're going to do a fusion piece, you have to figure out where you would like to place your, in this case, sandpiper. You can see that I placed the sandpiper there because I felt like this pour looked like a puddle, like the way that the white kind of has that ripple effect, and the rings there looked to me almost like puddle of water that a sandpiper might be in, and so that is why I chose that. But you have to kind of really look at your pieces and decide kind of how can I make this figurative brushwork, bird, turtle, fish, whatever it is that you're doing, blend well and play well with the abstract pour that I've done to make the most sense and fuse the two worlds together. And I'm showing you here that I used a little bit of bubble wrap, and I'm painting the bubble wrap and I'm putting it down on the sandpiper to give it kind of this textural feeling that helps me kind of decide where I'm going to put the feathers. And the feathers are like these small little brush strokes that I'll show you that I do with a filbert brush, but this just kind of gives me a starting point, and it's just something fun that I'm showing you that you could do if you're not really confident about where to put all of these little feathers that you'll see that you put on and have such a pattern texture to them. It's just something fun that you can do and try for yourself. Well, this is going to be my final ColourArte event video, and can't help but feel a little sad, but we're going to not let this be a sad thing. ColourArte is closing its doors after 30 years of wonderful business, and I've really enjoyed being an affiliate, and Leslie is kind of transitioning and moving on to some other things, and I know it's going to be a wonderful new chapter for her. And so this is not going to be a sad video, this is going to be a happy video. I am using my filbert brush, and I am putting in the lighter shades of these little strokes that are the feathers, and you have to be kind of quick and pull back with your loaded brush there and just kind of keep layering them and kind of in the direction of kind of layering them to get that one on top of the other feel. And then I'm going to go back in and load up my brush with my kind of browner tones, mid-tones, and then my dark tones at the end, you'll see. And you just keep layering it until you get the look that you like. And I enjoy doing these kinds of paintings where there are birds or reptiles, aquatic animals like sea turtles. I really love to paint because they do have these patterns, and I feel like they're just kind of fun to do. Painting for me is very therapeutic, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people, and these kinds of painting these types of creatures, whether they be birds and amphibians or reptiles or whatever, I don't know, it just interests me, and just showing you here kind of what my process is. And you try to blend the you want to make sure that you're trying to blend this creature, in this case it's a sandpiper, with your painting. And as you could see, I painted the feet of the sandpiper into into the water and painted the water kind of over the feet, and just try to incorporate it and assimilate it into your pour in different ways, that you see. And you can see that this is the koi fish, and I did this on this pour because that particular straight pour that I did reminded me of looking at a koi pond over the top. So you're getting a top kind of bird's eye view, and it just looked like a pool of water, kind of with the, like a drop of water had dropped into the pool, and you get the ripple effect that the end of the pour created there with the center. And I loved all the banding and the specific, lines that the pour created. Just kind of, to me, lent itself, and I thought, well, that would look really beautiful if I tried to paint a koi fish into there, and maybe some lily pads and some lotus flowers, so that it had more of kind of like a zen feeling. And so you just kind of have to use your artistic vision to kind of get an idea of what does this pour, how does it speak to me, what do I think could go onto this pour and would blend well and play well with the abstract pour. So that's really what we're trying to do, is we're trying to make the figurative play well with the abstract. And so I'm showing you now that I'm doing the lotus and that pink water lily. It's really a water lily, I guess. Yeah, I enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed doing brushwork, and especially blending the two worlds together. That is the name of my channel, Lance's Fluid Fusion, and this is an example of fusion. I'm trying to blend these two worlds together, and my good friend Chris Jezik is also somebody that really inspires me, and someone that I looked up to a lot, and she does beautiful work in this capacity. She is one of the masters, I feel like, at blending figurative painting with fluid art painting, and Tanya Munt too. I'm always amazed with the types of pours that she has and creates, and then the kind of stained glass glue gun work that she does with her animals or flowers or whatever it is that she's painting and incorporating with the pour. So yeah, check her out if you haven't ever heard of her. And see her on Facebook, and Chris has her own channel, and I could leave links to that in my description box. But anyway, I'm also showing you that I'm just using those short little brush strokes, and fish also have the scales, and with the filbert brush you're just creating those little half moon shapes, and you keep layering them and replicating them until you get the look that you want. And you're trying to create, I've used some fire opal, I think, in this, and so there's some metallic paints in there to help create that look of, that kind of iridescent look of the fish. And I'll show you with some ColourArte products at the end how I use them to create, even more of an interesting look to all of these creatures, all three of them, and how I make them stand out. Now we're on to the sea turtle, and I'm showing you how I create the shading and kind of give him some depth. And as you can see on this pour, I felt like it lent itself to this orientation because it looked like it was, the sea turtle kind of coming up to surface from the depths. And I like the way the lines of the pour sort of look a little bit like kelp or seaweed to the right of him there. And so I'm using some metallic paints in this as well, here and there, to kind of give him, a little bit more interest and kind of make him stand out. But then also there's gold in the painting, so it also kind of lends itself to help connect him to the actual pour. And that's just kind of another thing that, is a way that you can help blend these two worlds together of the figurative and the abstract pour. Please subscribe, like, and comment on my video, and you'll be in the running to get my $50 voucher for ColourArte. And as usual, there's a secret phrase, and follow along to find my words for the secret phrase, and do that with all the artists participating. And when you figured out the secret phrase, you can cast your guess by the 18th at the ColourArte website, and on the 19th we'll be drawing for all of the prizes, and the vouchers for each artist channel prize, the $50, as well as the $400 shopping spree winner, will need to go ahead and get their order in right away, as ColourArte is closing. So good luck, and I hope to see you again real soon. I think down the line in the future we'll still be doing some of these affiliate videos together, just because we have built a strong network of artists and they are like family. And so yeah, so stay tuned. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to use some of the pigments from ColourArte. I'm using the Bling It line blue sparkle for the turtle, and of course I'm going to do my favorite. I'm finger painting. I'm taking some of that pigment and just using it as dry pigment, just rubbing it on the areas to highlight the turtle's feet and the head area, to just give them a little bit of extra sparkle and shimmer. And I'm going to do this same thing for the koi fish. And the koi fish, I'm going to use the ginger peach primary elements, and it really gives a beautiful color and richness to the koi fish and really makes it look like the fish is, you know, that iridescent color to the scales. And it's a really beautiful treatment for the koi fish, and I loved doing that. And the koi fish is a symbol of love and friendship in the Japanese culture, and so I thought the koi fish was appropriate. And the sea turtle is a symbol of strength and resilience, so I thought it was perfect for Leslie as well. And the Sandpiper is a symbol of strength, resilience, and flexibility, and transition. So I thought these were three perfect creatures to add to these pours, and kind of symbolize my love for Leslie. She has been there for all of us artists, and she is such a supporter of all of us and art in general. And you know, just a way to say I love you, Leslie, as I'm sure all of us do. And so this, like I said, is not a sad video, but a celebration of ColourArte and a celebration of Leslie Onstad, and the wonderful friend and champion that she is of all of us affiliate artists. And you know, I really thank her for letting me be a part of the team. It came at a time in my life where my mother was passing away, and it's been a big time of transition for me as well, but having this friendship with Leslie and all the other affiliate artists really came at a time that was kind of life-saving for me in a lot of ways. So yeah, thank you, Leslie. My part of the secret phrase is instead strive to be authentic. Please be on the lookout. I'll be releasing a video soon that's geared towards the beginning paint pourer, and it gives a lot of tips and tricks about paint pouring for the beginner, and how to mix paints, and economical things that you can do for your first pours, and ways that you can get cells, troubleshooting for problems that I hear through the groups that people have. And so it's a really cool, informative video for the beginning paint pourer, and I share some tips and tricks that maybe you didn't know of before. So yeah, so be on the lookout for that, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon.